Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, going honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Nuchakodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace, love, salutations to those that are doing this work in truth and in sincerity. It's your brother Nathaniel from GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you the spirit with another lesson. I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. It's going to be a short lesson. I just wanted to touch on something that I saw on social media. I'm going to start off with this quick precept. This is Job 20 and start at verse 4. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and he reaches unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which see him shall say, Where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his peace any more behold him." You see that? So what we're seeing right now is the joy of the hypocrite coming to an end, because Donald J. Trump and all of these so-called white people and these MAGA supporters and these small hatters, all of them are turning against one another. They're seeing their whole entire program fall apart right before their eyes. Now, I have a couple of videos that I'm going to play here, and you have the MAGA supporters literally burning MAGA hats. Now, what do you think is going to happen after that? Now, we've been telling y'all for such a long time now that the Egyptian was going to be divided against the Egyptian. And we're going to Isaiah the 19th chapter, and we're going to get that. Okay? So we're seeing this government and these people become divided. Okay? And you know what the scriptures say about a house divided? It can't stand. All right? So we're seeing the fall of the so-called white man right before our eyes. But the elect, that's all we got to do right now is continue to do this work and sit back and watch it happen. All right. All this hypocritical shit and all this evil that these people been doing is all coming to a head now. All right. So without further ado,
we stand with MT.
I'm gonna play these these videos. So this is one right here. Let me go ahead and like it so it'll be in my thing.
G and Massey.
We're also
go to the main video.
Say goodbye to your former supporters, Donald. Donald Trump's former MAGA supporters are making videos of themselves and posting it across social media where they're burning their MAGA hats, their MAGA shirts, and their MAGA signs, and they are saying how betrayed they feel by Donald Trump's actions, putting America last, covering up for a child sex trafficking ring, and by lying and saying that things are far more affordable right now and that everybody's living in a golden age while Donald Trump grifts for himself and makes billions of dollars while he makes the American people suffer. We're not just seeing one or two videos. We are seeing right now a mass movement of former MAGA supporters taking to social media and telling Donald Trump they're done, that they are leaving MAGA. Here's another portion of that video, and you'll see just how angry Donald Trump's former supporters are at his betrayal, at his con job, at his rug pull. And as they burn their MAGA hats and shirts, they start cursing at him. And we're seeing this across social media right now. Play this clip. We're also seeing, as we know, Donald Trump is saying that Marjorie Taylor Greene is a traitor to the MAGA movement because she's called for the release of the Epstein files. She said that these files should not be covered up, and she says that Donald Trump is not telling the truth when he says things are more affordable right now for Donald Trump. He said that that was far too much for him to handle, that she would say those things. By the way, what she's saying there is true. And so Donald Trump has banished Marjorie Taylor Greene from the MAGA movement. And she's posted that as a result of Donald Trump's attacks on her, that she's received death threats, that her life has been put in jeopardy by Donald Trump's conduct, how security firms are reaching out to her to offer protection. Marjorie Taylor Greene's daughter sent a heartfelt public message to her mom saying that she stands with her mom in the face of these death threats and all the horrible things happening now as a result of Donald Trump's conduct. And while all of that is taking place, where's Donald? He's showing that betrayal and rubbing it in the face of his former supporters. He was in Mar-a-Lago yesterday and today on the taxpayer dime once again, golfing, and he spent his time golfing with Lindsey Graham, whom most people who were formerly MAGA.
All right, so you see already, you know, from what he's saying, the MAGAs are abandoning, they're jumping ship, okay, in which we knew this was going to happen. His own party was going to turn on him because he's a piece of shit, just like I just read in the scriptures, and they all are, okay? And this is what they do. They don't have any real unity. It's unity in wickedness, okay? And wickedness devours itself, okay? A cancer is only going to consume until it consumes everything, and even starts to consume itself until it dies. And that's exactly what this setup is of these so-called white people that are in power right now. They're just consumers, and eventually they're going to turn on themselves, just like they have been. So I'm gonna play. Let me get a quick precept, just a quick one. Oh my God.
Who no longer consider
quick precept. All right, so this is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 22, and it says, this is not what I wanted. My bad. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, this is it. 12 and 22 and 25. And it says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then he stand? How shall then his kingdom stand? You see? So these people are divided. The House is divided, their Senate is divided, MAGA is divided, the people are divided, okay? So you have a nation of division, and it's not just division in one particular aspect. They're divided all over. So how long do you think it's going to be before civil war actually happens? How long do you think it's going to be before sedition really take root? Them burning these MAGA hats, which I'm about to play the video, is a clear indication of the coming sedition, because you have his supporters and his constituents turning against him. Okay, you have his supporters and his constituents turning against him, right? And they are publicly letting the world know that they're not for this man. You see? So how long before the man of violence, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, how long do you think it's going to be before these so-called white people turn to violence? That's what they do. That's what these white people do. They turn to violence. Okay? So let me go ahead and play this next video. And this video
themselves to be a part
the MAGA supporters that are on social media burning.
From 2016. Fuck you.
Say goodbye to your former supporters, Donald. Donald Trump's former MAGA supporters are making videos of themselves and posting it across social media where they're burning their MAGA hats, their MAGA shirts, and their MAGA signs.
Sure as fuck are making America proud right now. And for the record, we stand with MTG and Massey.
We're also seeing former MAGA supporters replace their MAGA hats with America First hats and showing solidarity with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massey. As we know, Donald Trump is saying that Marjorie Taylor Greene is a traitor to the MAGA movement because she's called for the release of the Epstein files. She said that these files should not be covered up, and she says that Donald Trump is not telling the truth when he says things are more affordable right now. And so Donald Trump has banished Marjorie Taylor Greene from the MAGA movement, and she's posted that as a result of Donald Trump's attacks on her, that she's received death threats, that her life has been put in jeopardy by Donald Trump's conduct, how security firms are reaching out to her to offer protection. Marjorie Taylor Greene's daughter sent a heartfelt public message to her mom saying that she stands with her mom in the face of these death threats and all the horrible things happening now as a result of Donald Trump's conduct.
I'm from 2016.
All right. So there's a lot of videos on social media right now that you can see of people burning hats and burning, burning their MAGA memorabilia, or whatever you want to call it. Their MAGA support, stuff. They're burning it, and they're doing it publicly. All right. So we're definitely seeing a turnaround. All right, so let's go to, as a matter of fact, let's go to the book of Isaiah. Now, you know, these precepts, they're being brought out a lot because this stuff is happening right before your eyes. All right. So this is Isaiah 19:1, and it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon swift clouds, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved by his presence. Now all this bullshit, this idol worship that they got going on is about to be taken out. And it says, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight, everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. So we see right now the kingdom divided, the states divided, the people divided. How long do you think it's going to be before it just turns out an all-out war? Okay? You know, my rib today was driving to the gym. Got pulled over for no reason. They talking about some goddamn routine traffic stop. Okay? They're out here looking for people to do wrong. They're out here looking for people to do dirty. You see? That's these people out here right now. So how long do you think people are going to deal with that type of shit? You know? Where you got these people that are in power doing whatever the hell they want to do, and they causing us to suffer on the bottom, right? Because, you know, the elect are suffering too. They're causing us to suffer. And then those at the top are eating high on the hog. You see? The only difference is that for us, the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we're waiting on the Lord to deliver us from this. Okay? All right, so Salakia. So how long do you think it's going to be before these people just start turning against one another and they start fighting in the streets, where the division is so great that they don't even recognize their own brother, their own whiteness anymore? That's what's going to happen. They're not going to recognize their own whiteness anymore, and it's just going to be bloodshed. Okay? They still going to recognize your ass though, Jake. They're going to look at Jake and be like, "Oh, he Jake." So don't get that twisted at all. All right? But I say that all to say that the Lord is dividing the house of Esau in a big way, okay, to the point to where, yes, and them burning those MAGA hats, that's a sign of sedition, okay? This is 2 Ezra 15:4. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand and fight against another, and swords in their hands, okay? It says, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men. And sedition, the word sedition means to go against your government officials or your princes. Okay, so let's look up that word, sedition. It won't let me grab it. All right, you won't let me grab it? Okay, so we'll just look it up the old-fashioned way. Oops. It says, sedition, conduct or speech exciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. Okay? So that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the beginning of sedition. These people are going to rebel against the state, rebel against the authority. They're going to rebel against what they think, what they're trying to make is monarchs. Okay? And monarchy. You know, Trump do think he king. All right? So I'm going to read that again. It says, for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they should not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay? And you're going to see a lot of that fear, especially in the so-called white man, because, hey, you know what I'm saying? One thing we know about a scared dog. What is a scared dog more inclined to do? A scared dog is more inclined to bite. A scared dog is more inclined to attack. All right? In the book of Job, he likened these damn Edomites onto dogs that are worse than dogs. So how much more them? Okay? what do you think they're going to do when they start losing everything that they have and their own system is turning against them that they believe so much in? This fake ass system that they put so much pride and faith in, huh? What do you think? What do you think they're going to do? Well, of course, they're going to lash out. That's just their nature. That is the nature of the so-called white man. He's the violent man. That's why King David, in the Psalm says, save me from the violent man. Because he is the violent man. So, and then he's going to come down, he's going to come down with great wrath among Jake. Okay? Why do you think he's going to do all that? Well, he's going to do all that because he's losing his kingdom, and his kingdom is divided. Okay? He can no longer sit in comfort anymore. Okay? Because these things are not just happening before our eyes, they're happening before their eyes as well. And they don't know what to do. Okay? So I just want to do a quick lesson on that. Hey, MAGA is divided. The MAGAs are burning their MAGA hats. And the house of the house of Esau's fallen. All right, we're witnessing the destruction and the fall of the so-called white man. So with that, I'm ended off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Chachadash. Double honors to our elders and the apostles. Till the next time we say Shalom.